Welcome to the war. I already got started on a new table project and realized I could be recording this for YouTube. So here we go. Anyway, you're catching me pretty much at the beginning. This is gonna be an 8x4 table surface, kind of my base layer for the game, for my new game table. You'll probably gonna see some videos about that as they come. But I'm starting with just the surface. So this is gonna be some of those pink foam modular boards. I couldn't find, well, frankly, couldn't fit a whole 8x4 sheet in my car. So figured I would just stick together some sheets. I kind of like that anyway. So yeah, just kind of laid these out. I've got some sticks underneath these that are holding them together, and then masking tape over the top. And then for starters, we're doing some roller work here. Just getting a kind of a base layer of brown on these. And then I'm gonna start adding some sand texture. But yeah, this is really the first start. Pretty straightforward right now. Tape the boards, paint the boards. I'll show you what comes next. Okay, here's our next step. So I like to add some sand to the boards, really to cover up any kind of major imperfections. So things like the little tape creases here and there that are quite noticeable. So I basically cover certain parts of the boards with wallpaper paste, and then I pour sand over the top, and then use like a rolling pin. In this case, I just use a paint pot or a paint can to roll over it, just to kind of really make the sand go into the paste. And then after that's done, then I spray it with just spray paint. I'm just gonna use black spray paint just to kind of hold it down. And then I'll paint over that with a appropriate color and probably dry brush of it. Adds a little texture at the same time. This is sort of like an optional step, but anyway, yeah. So let this dry, probably 24 hours or so, tap off the excess, and then I'll spray it. All right, here's the next step. I dusted off all the extra excess sand, and then I put on a couple of coats of cheap black spray paint, just to kind of give a top seal. And because I painted it, and because there's the wallpaper paste adhering the sand and the gravel, it doesn't make the foam bubble up. You can see here I already did the other one over here. So wait for those to dry, and then we'll start painting them. Okay, here's our next step. So the sand is dried, the spray paint that I put over the top is dried. I'm now gonna take just some cheap craft paint. I've got some browns, or I've got some grays over there. I've been working on a little bit of the browns here. And I'm just gonna lightly dry brush over the top. So just taking, I don't know how to do this in real time, but give it a shot. All right, and then just ever so lightly, just dry brush over the top. You can see pretty good. Okay, how I'm doing that, and I'll go over this with maybe a couple of different shades, a little variation here and there. Just hit up some of those highlights. Not too worried about the splashy parts around the edges. It's all gonna get covered up with flock. Yeah, this is the next step. This is pretty quick. And I think you see, I know a little piece just came off there, but the sand is adhered pretty well to the foam now. So we're in good shape. All right, what's next? Okay, moment of truth. So this is where we make a little bit of a recipe for creating our grass, or our core like flock covering on the board. So I've got a range of Woodland Scenics flocks here. I am gonna I'm gonna honestly just finish this one off. It's fine turf earth. I've just got a little bit of that. I bought these two specifically. Got burnt grass and medium green. Gonna mix those three together, see what they look like. And I might add some more static grass to the mix. We'll see. I'm gonna drop it all in a bag here and just mix it all up. And I brought this out in daylight so I can see what I'm doing, rather than in the garage where it's the light's not great. And then I'm gonna apply it with scenic cement from Woodland Scenics. I've used this many times. This is almost like milky in its consistency, but it adheres really well. And I'm gonna drop it in my scenic sprayer, which again is just a spray can or spray bottle that you get from anywhere. Yep, so plan is mix them up in the bag, use an old cup here, scoop it back into one of these, and then use the sprinkle version here to drop that all over the boards. So let's see how it comes out. Okay, I got the mix that I'm happy with. This is kind of ironic because I saw it in the store, this one originally. I was like, that's way too green. I don't want it to look like that too green. And once they mix them together, it doesn't look green at all. And it also looked far too kind of uniform. So I did cheat a little bit. I have a bunch of other just random flocks that I've collected over the years, a couple more here. And I just dumped those in various proportions and just started like mixing it up. So now I'm going to transfer this into this, and I'm going to start just spraying on the scenic cement, and then we'll start sprinkling this on pretty liberally. I'll try and there's no way I can record it while I'm doing it. I'd need three hands, but I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, super quick check-in, and I'm gonna get back to it because I'm in a rhythm here. So I sprayed on the scenic cement, as I'd said before. No idea what that was. Neighbors having a party. Anyway, so I sprayed that on and just started applying the static grass. It wasn't, I think I put some texture in there that meant it wasn't coming out through the can there. So I just took the lid off and sprayed it on gently. So I put it on pretty, like I put on the spray cement pretty heavily on the brown areas, like the untextured areas. And then I ever so lightly just put some on the sand and then dry brush parts. And just like I did, just sort of like gently sprinkle it over there, hoping to kind of blend it in so that it's not too stark. I know I've seen some of those tables where it's very green in one spot and very brown in another. I didn't want that. So anyway, I am going to go back to spraying on the rest and at least try and get one board done tonight. I might try and get both of them done so we don't lose any consistency. I've got plenty left in the bag, or plenty of flock left in the bag, so I think I should be able to do it. And let's see how it all turns out. When I'm done, I'll just lift it up, knock it onto the newspaper, and then I can fold the newspaper and just pour it back or funnel it back into the bag. So if I need to reapply it anywhere, I totally can. So, all right, let's see how it goes. All right, we're done. So all of that one, or all of this board got covered. I covered all this one too. Giving you the warts and all explanation here. I went through a bottle and a half of scenic cement. The flock certainly held. I got plenty of that left, and I'm sure I'll have even more once I've knocked these over. The sprayer bottle though, totally clogged up, and midway through, so I quickly found another one that I was fortunate enough to have just hanging around, and was able to use that, and that was able to finish the project midway. But yeah, so I'm gonna let this dry, and then we're gonna see how they come out. Probably gonna leave them overnight, and we'll take a look in the morning, which is a good thing because it's getting dark here. All right, the moment of truth. So thought I'd show you this, just a quick a little anticipation here. This is all of the additional flock that I knocked off of the boards. I'm just gonna scoop all this up just for neatness sake, and then I'll show you the finished result. Ta-da! Okay, here we go. So I cheated a little bit here. I also painted the edges brown, just with the same brown paint I had on the surface in the first place, just because the gap here in the middle is quite noticeable when you put these together, and it being pink made it even worse. So I'm happy with how these turned out. I think there's some good color variation. It doesn't look too uniform, but I am definitely going to try and fix that gap in some way. I got to figure that out. But overall, I'm happy, and I think you can see here, this is my current game table setup. I'm going to be adding like a frame around the edge. If people remember from how my old game room boards used to be, or my table was, I'm going to add that so dice don't fall off, and I think it looks a little neater. I'm also going to add some sort of curtains around the bottom as well. And then the other to-do project, because I'm down here in the basement, is this accent wall. This has got to go. So I'm I'm gonna try painting this some sort of sky blue, so I think that'll fit a little more naturally when I'm shooting videos here. I think that'll look kind of cool if that was blue. We'll see where that goes. I'm not gonna go full bore and paint like clouds and things on there. It's a little too much, but I think this is a good start. And yeah, I'm gonna get excited to get some games going on here. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.